Winners and champions is that winners make themselves look good and feed their own egos, while champions make those around them better and make them feel appreciated. The truest and highest measure of a friend is someone whose friendship and actions say, there's nothing wrong with being different. All that matters is that you treat me like I'm your best friend, just like I would treat you like you're mine. This is what Best Buddies is all about. I would like to thank the following people at Best Buddies: Josh, Kay, Joanna, Shay, Emma, Jennifer, and Katie, and Anita. You've all become like a second family to me, and for that, I thank you. Best Buddies is a non-for-profit organization that began in 1989 by Anthony Schreiber with the goal of bringing people with and without disabilities together in friendship. My name is Michael Grossman. I'm originally from Deerfield, Illinois, and I'm now living in Chicago. I am part of Best Buddies Citizens and am an ambassador to people with disabilities. I've worked in Chicago sports for nearly 20 years. I began as an intern at DePaul University, a Division I school, in 1987. And I wrote for the newspaper at DePaul in 1988. I resumed my sports marketing career in 1994, passing out pamphlets for the DePaul Athletic Foundation. In 1996, I was promoted to selling game day programs. Get your plug-in, folks! In 1998, I began selling 50-50 raffle tickets for the White Sox, Bulls, and Hawks. Sox split raffle tickets! Only $5,000 went to last game's winner! Among my proudest moments was Wednesday, May 24, 2006. I was named an Employee of the Month, and I threw out the first pitch. I threw a strike, by the way. Tonight I am going to focus on 3 topics: my experiences, perspective, and outlook of a person with Asperger's, autism, special needs. Being very nervous, extremely friendly, scared, frightened, quiet, and shy are all individual emotions. Many people feel these one at a time. We feel all of these emotions at once, and we throw them at you all at once. That's a lot for a person to take in. Growing up, people would sometimes say, "Ew, sick as Mike," or girls would scream and hide behind their friends when they would see me coming, like I was some scary creature or ugly monster, which was another name I was called. I was stereotyped as dangerous and someone to be feared and even hated, even though I've always been gentle and kind and loved being with people. Even when I would try to treat people like they were my best friends, in return, people would use fake names in an effort to insult my intelligence or ignore me or pull their friends away from me when I was trying to talk to them. In my adult life, as part of Toastmasters, I would ask somebody if they wanted to have a Diet Coke. 2 hours later, somebody else would say, "You're coming on too strong." In the 2000s, I won't name the person and I won't name the team, but I was sat down, and I'll never forget the words, exact words. And they said, "It's not a big deal, but we have complaints about you hugging people." A year later, I met a young lady at United Center. She was doing a different promotion from me. We met and became friends. About 4 months later, she wrote me the following letter. "Dear Mike, thank you did not begin to describe it. In a few short months, you have taught me so much about being true to myself and keeping a positive attitude. I appreciate it more than you can imagine. Your spirit is amazing, and I am so glad to have you as a friend." 4 years later, I said hi to a girl who worked at my cousin's bar. She introduced herself, as did I. We struck up a conversation and became good friends. We, along with her sister, have hung out on several occasions. Their actions and friendship said, "There's nothing wrong with being different, as long as you treat me like I'm your best friend, just like I would treat you like you're mine," which defines what Best Buddies is. My best buddy, Will, and I help each other and teach each other. I help Will manage his fantasy football team, and he helped me improve and refine the speech which I am giving to you tonight. The theme of Best Buddies is, and the main theme, very important, everybody is unique in their own way. My best buddy, Will, never tries to mold me into what he wants, and I never tried to mold him into what I want. My perspective is a very simple one. Regardless of whether an individual is white and lacking in material things and status, Jewish, Italian, Canadian, foreign, black, Spanish, Asian, or physically disabled, they all have experienced various degrees of ridicule for being different. However, their contributions to the world are powerful and plentiful. To describe my disability, the more complex a task or problem, the longer it takes me to work through it. Although there's absolutely 100% no limit to what we can do, we're all, to a degree, met with resistance. People will say, well, what difference does that make? A lot of people can do the same thing and faster and quicker. So what you can do? Plus, they're taken in by some of the stereotypes which I described earlier. Can I prove the stereotypes are not true? Yes, I can. I know I can. In August 2011, my manager from DePaul Athletics, who outside of my family and immediate family, I consider to be the best mentor I've ever had, invited me to a rooftop party. I quickly learned when I got there that he didn't bring me there just to have a good time, which I did. He was there because he felt I could do a good job in doing what DePaul Athletics was trying to do. One of the main sponsors, one of the top two or three sponsors, began a conversation with me. I talked up DePaul basketball, the position, and the direction DePaul was going was right, and I also talked about the DePaul image. A week later, I learned they signed a 5-year extension to sponsor DePaul Athletics through 2017. When I went to congratulate my manager, and I say congratulations to you, our director of marketing and our intern, he said, don't forget to congratulate yourself. You helped with that. That was the proudest moment in the history of my life. Albert Einstein once said, everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by his ability to climb a tree, he will live his whole life believing it is stupid. From what I've learned from family and friends, every one of us is measured by what we've learned and overcome throughout our lives, and I should be no different. I would like to recognize the following family, all my family and immediate family, for the lessons that they've taught me throughout my life. My mom, my dad, my sisters, Lynn and Gail, especially my brother Gary, my aunts Sharon and Zareen, Bert and Ed, my cousins Jen, Kim, Rob, and Matt, and their spouses, and as well as their whole families. I'd also like to recognize my DePaul and the White Sox for the lessons that they've taught me. And I'd also, most of all, I want to make sure that I thank Kevin, and especially Kelly and Kristen and Dan. Without them, I wouldn't be speaking to you the way I am tonight. Thank you. While I have and still do face mountainous resistance, I have never seen myself as a victim. The more we persevere, the harder it is to give up, which I'm not even close to doing. As long as we keep fighting, there's always a chance we can thrive, regardless of roadblocks. I live, eat, and breathe figuring out how to bust these roadblocks down. Who knows? It wouldn't surprise me if I ever decide to take my talents to Cleveland and join the Cleveland Indians and help them win the World Series. Thank you.